The Prime Minister, in his interaction with Chief Ministers yesterday, highlighted that the lockdown so far has yielded very positive results in the fight against coronavirus. And India Today's Data Intelligence Unit has in fact put forth this graph for you that explains exactly how it's helped India, this lockdown, in the fight against coronavirus. Now, let's just highlight for you this particular line in red. This is India, and we've also highlighted the stringency index based on the curbs that have been imposed during the lockdown. And you can see here that India is at 100, which means a maximum lockdown, maximum curbs have been imposed in India. And you compare this to other countries. Here on this side of the graph is a number of cases. India's just stopped short here. Now, beyond that, you see other countries have gone well beyond India, and that's because of the level of lockdown that they've had. Look, for example, at United States, which has the maximum number of COVID-19 cases in the world. They've enforced a very poor lockdown where it's more about advisories, more about advising people of social distancing. And that's why you see at this point that they have the maximum number of cases in the country, 66.7 in the stringency index based on the level of the lockdown. Even in countries like the United Kingdom, which had a 71.4 stricter lockdown, it still hasn't helped. You see, only for India, which has a 100% strict lockdown, it's helped in controlling the number of cases. South Korea has been successful despite not having a 100% lockdown. And other countries like Italy, you have Spain here, as well as Germany, all of them have had a 95% lockdown, but it's clearly not translated into arresting the spread of coronavirus. Whereas for India, with maximum curbs, with a 100% lockdown based on our stringency index, it's really ensured that we arrest the spread of coronavirus. And that's why the Prime Minister yesterday highlighted this, that the lockdown and the level of lockdown that we've had when compared to other countries has actually worked in our benefit, has helped in ensuring that we control the spread of coronavirus. And that's what's led to questions over whether there's a need to extend this lockdown further to ensure that we completely decimate this virus. Let's take this across to our reporters on the ground. Anisha Mathur is joining us live from Delhi. Tanushree Pandey is with us from Mumbai. We also have Nolan Pinto from Bengaluru. Anisha, to you first. A lot of questions about what the Delhi government is thinking here. Do they have a clear strategy post May 3rd? Was there any communication from the government on where they stand, whether they want an extended lockdown or whether they want partial lifting of the lockdown in the capital?
Well, Akshita, right now, as we just heard from the Delhi government as well, they are saying that they will be evaluating the situation as it develops. Today, of course, is the 28th of April, and the Delhi government at the moment yesterday has issued certain relaxations, allowing plumbers, electricians, educational bookstores, veterinarians, and some others to open. And that is because these are essential services. Of course, those have been now included as essential services, particularly electricians, plumbers, educational bookstores, veterinarians are now going to be allowed to function. Healthcare professionals will be allowed to cross state lines. But when it comes to post May 3rd, the Delhi government is taking a very conservative stand. They are saying we are not going to make any statements. We are not going to make any estimations till at least 1st or 2nd of May, because the situation in Delhi is changing daily. Remember, we have been increasing the number of hotspots that are there in Delhi. Almost by every day, the number of hotspots are increasing. The number of corona positive patients is going up. So this is going to be something that the government is very closely analyzing.
So at this point, wait and watch is the strategy of the Delhi government, because they believe it's perhaps too early to really take a call on exactly what happens post May 3rd. Anisha, stay on with us. Nolan Pinto is joining us live from Bengaluru. Nolan, a lot of questions over exactly what the Karnataka government stand is. There's no doubt that the BSY government will follow whatever order comes from the centre, considering it's a BJP-ruled state in Karnataka. But do they believe that the lockdown needs to be extended? Because going by the steps that the government has taken in the last 1 week, it's clear that they do want some of the curbs to be relaxed, particularly in Bengaluru.
Well, Akshita, as of now, there is no clarity as such amongst the government authorities over here. In fact, Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa held a marathon meeting with all his cabinet colleagues, the task force members, and also deputy commissioners from various districts. And still, they did not come to a particular idea that this is what we want to do. Now, let me just break this down for everyone. There are 30 districts in Karnataka. 6 of them are red zones. Karnataka has divided the districts into 4 color codes. You have 6 red zones, 5 in orange, 5 in yellow, and 14 districts in green. Now, the Chief Minister wants to kickstart the economy. He wants to crank up the system. He has sent instructions to deputy commissioners to make sure that transportation blocks or transportation problems for food produce is somehow managed over there. So food produce crops do not rot in the fields.
Okay.
But apart from that, the biggest problem, Akshita, is Bengaluru. Bengaluru is the economic powerhouse for Karnataka. This is the capital. This is where everything happens. But Bengaluru is in the red zone. And there are also, out of 198 wards, 20 odd which are containment zones. So the thinking in the government is this: why not make sure that the containment zones, the lockdown is very strict, but slowly, gradually allow work to actually begin and go about in the other zones, so in the other areas. So this is what they're thinking. But Karnataka will follow the guidelines issued by the center.
Okay, let me also take this across to Tanushree Pandey. She's joining us live from Mumbai. Tanushree, perhaps the one state that we can expect that there's going to be no question of the lockdown being lifted is that of Maharashtra. It's got the most number of cases of coronavirus. We know how dire the situation is in Mumbai. So there's no doubt that the need of the hour at this point is to extend the lockdown in Maharashtra. And that was also communicated, we understand, by the Maharashtra Chief Minister to the Prime Minister yesterday.
Absolutely. Now, if we talk about the situation and the figures in Maharashtra, it paints a grim picture for the state, because right now there are about 8,590 cases of COVID-19 in the state, out of which Mumbai alone is accounting for more than 5,000 cases. And right now there has been a spike of more than 500 cases in the last 24 hours. So yes, seeing the figures, Akshita, at this point of time, it looks like, in all likelihood, at least the hotspots, the red zones of the Maharashtra state, which is Thane, Pune and Mumbai, where the cases are doubling up in each day, we are expecting absolutely no relaxation as far as the lockdown is concerned. But now again, the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has, also communicated that the economic fallout is going to be major.
Okay.
And to tackle it, we have to do something, and that is why the industries, few of the essential commodity industries and the agricultural units and the construction activity, these have been given a leeway, but only in the red, only in the orange and the blue, green zones of the state. In the red zones, and remember, Akshita, in Mumbai alone there are more than 1,000 containment zones. So in all the red zones of the state, there is going to be absolutely no relaxation from the lockdown.
Okay.
This is what it's like in all likelihood. But let's see, when Chief Minister is also saying that if the situation, doesn't worsen on the ground and if the situation becomes better, they are definitely looking for more relaxations, because that is what they want for their citizens.
This is something that the Prime Minister highlighted yesterday in that meeting. He said that yes, the economy is in good shape, but he also said that the economy is as important as the fight against coronavirus. And that itself implies that the Chief Ministers are going to consider that aspect. For the moment, Tanushree, Anisha and Nolan, thank you for joining us.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.